Hello, this video for students who need a bit of help with simplifying radicals. I will explain how to simplify square root of 80, then we will do square root of 500 and square root of 88. So the idea is the same, and you can do it the same way, cube root and so on. So square root of 80, we want to get perfect squares that are factors of 80 out of the square root. The idea is that if x is a positive number or even 0, then square root of x squared is x. Example, square root of 4, because 4 is 2 squared, is 2. Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of 9 is 3, and so on. So I would recommend you to have a chart with perfect squares and even perfect cubes. So here you have a number, here you have x squared, here you have x cubed. Having a chart will help you to factor and to use special products formulas and so on. I would advise you to have it till 20. And then here you have 1, 1, because 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 2 cubed is 8, 3 squared is 9, 3 cubed is 27, 4 squared is 16, 4 cubed 64, and so on. You continue up to 20. So I strongly recommend you to have this chart, because then you will recognize these numbers faster. But first is first, how we can see what perfect square is in 80. You can use prime factorization. If you need to refresh on prime factorization, please Google prime factorization using prime numbers as factors. Prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, and so on. This list can continue forever and will continue forever for prime numbers. But prime numbers are those whose factors are 1 in itself. Say number 11, 1 times 11, that's the only combination you have. Number 5, 1 times 5, and so on. So again, the first prime number is 2, and if 2 goes into, the numbers start with 2. 2 goes into 80 40 times, continue prime factorization. 2 goes into 40 20 times, 2 goes into 20, still divisible by 2, 10 times, 2 goes into 10 5 times. So instead of having square root of 80, we have here square root of 2 to the 4th times 5, right? Yeah. And please recall that the square root of a could be written in exponential notation as a to degree 1/2. That's another thing if you want to go that far. Or you can just see that square root of 2 to the 4th, you reduce this degree by 2, it will be 2 squared. And square root of 5, you cannot simplify. 2 squared is 4 root of 5. Now, it might look a little bit harder than what you expected, but if you want to apply the rules of exponent, that's what we do here, over here. And then we write down 2 to the 4th raised to degree 1/2. Why we do this? Because we can, this is even degree, we can simplify here. No need to write 5 as 5 to degree 1/2, because at the end we have to keep square root here. And what happens when you have to apply power to exponential expression. You multiply these two exponents, so 2 to the degree 4 times 1/2 is 2 squared times square root of 5, which is 4 root of 5, as we wrote this earlier here. Anyway, so square root of 500. So 2 goes, but also 5 goes into 500, we know that. And 5 was going into 80, that would be faster. But again, you can start with 2, you can start with 5, it will be 5 times 100. If you recognize that 100 is 10 squared, that's why I want you to have this chart, then it's easy. You will write square root of 5 times square root of 100. And square root of 100 is 10, so we put it in front of the square root. 10 root of 5. That makes sense. 88. 88 is even number, so we start with 2. If you can see that 4 is a factor, go with the 4. 4 times 22. 22 is 2 times 11. Neither one of these numbers perfect square, so we keep it 4 multiplied by 22. We don't need to keep 22 as 2 times 11 because you cannot simplify. So square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 22, we keep it. And this is the answer. And so on. The same way you do cube roots. If you need, you need to recognize the perfect cubes. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for your time. Ask more questions.